Shalom, Yashar Allah. I'd like to begin by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rakakwadash, whom I worship. Double honors to the elder apostle, the great Muslim, who taught me this truth and sincerity. Salutations be to the hopeful elect who are pushing this word, doing the work, so they may receive their crowns of salvation. And the Lord be with you and grant you his salvation at his appearing. And salutations be to the great cloud of witnesses of Yashar Allah, who are watching, praying, and believing in the true name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua and his true word. Alright? His true gospel, like great Millstone is teaching. May the Lord be with them and grant them salvation. As always, I'm going to play the recap and then proceed to the next part. Shalom.
Nevertheless, they were not obedient unto him, but spake against him, and imagined vain things, and deceived themselves by their wicked deeds, and said of the Most High that he is not, and knew not his ways, but his law have they despised.
Yeah, and that's talking about Israelites, man. Wicked ass mother effers, man. That they just don't give a shit, man. We got some wicked ass people in our nation, man. I mean, they have become more wicked than the wicked, like it's written, man. They despise them. When you try to talk to them about the Most High, they want to bite your head off, man. So it's best just to leave them alone. They don't want to know the Most High, then they don't gotta know the Most High, man. But they're gonna know the Most High at the end when the Most High come at them with that fire. Then they want to get right. It's gonna be too late.
But his law have they despised, and denied his covenants, and his statutes have they not been faithful, and have not performed his works, and therefore, ESDRAS.
Yeah, like adultery. Our people love committing adultery, man, and making songs of adultery. And those songs are, they get all into it, man. They're the most passionate, when it talks about, laying down with another man's wife, man. They're passionate, Those songs are the catchiest, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, because it's fueled with wickedness, man,
And therefore, ESDRAS, for the empty are empty things, and for the full are the full things. Behold, the time shall come, that these tokens which I have told thee shall come to pass, and the bride shall appear, and she coming forth shall be seen, that now is withdrawn from the earth. And whosoever is delivered from the first at evil shall see my wonders.
So with that,
and whosoever is delivered from the first at evil, for my son.
So with that, we're gonna stop there. We're gonna pick up the next part, 2nd Ezra, the 7th chapter, and the 28th verse. Shalom.
For my son Jesus shall be revealed with those that be with him, and they that remain shall rejoice within 400 years. After these years shall...
Right, and this is prophecy of Yahushua coming. In other words, when he came 2,000 years ago to teach, he was teaching on the streets, teaching in the temples, bringing forth truth, bringing forth righteousness, because there was a bunch of hypocrites, just wicked scribes, Pharisees, and Sadducees were a bunch of hypocrites, man. Well, not all. You had some that were sincere and righteous, So the Lord, Yahushua, came to straighten them all out, Obviously, you had the wicked amongst them. They couldn't be straightened out. So Yahushua told them that they would die in their sins because they didn't accept Yahushua. They didn't kiss the Son. So the Most High got angry. So now they have to suffer. And this time they gotta suffer. Yeah, this time around they gotta suffer, man, for what they did back then and for what they did since then till now.
after these years shall my son Christ die, and all men that have life, and the world shall be turned into the old.
Right, and all men that have life was talking about, you know, he had, it was Yahushua. Yahushua was crucified, right? Then the Most High raised him back up. Then he taught the disciples, right, for 40 days and 40 nights. Then he went up into the chariot, into the UFO, left. Disciples were still there. They were teaching, you know, and spreading the gospel. Then eventually they were put to death, right? And then eventually everyone, right? I think Saint John the Apostle was the only one who was left, right? Serving as a, you know, as they say, in the salt mines in the island of Patmos. And then eventually, you know, that's when he received all those visions, you know, that you read about in the book of Revelation. Then eventually he died. He had to die, right? Because come on, that was you know, approximately 2,000 years ago, man. You know, but you know, nobody's gonna live to be 2,000 years, man. You know. So they had to go. And you know, those people, that generation, they had, you know, according to the time that the Lord gave man to live, and you know, in this time they have to, you know, die and come back, die and come back, die and come back again. And now in this time they're back again. Some came back and went back into the spiritual world again, like that. But at the end, the Lord will raise everyone up, man. The last judgment, man. And some shall awake, right? Like it says in Daniel, the 12th chapter, right? Some shall awake, some shall awake to everlasting life, and some shall awake to everlasting shame and everlasting contempt. You know, that's the wicked, the 2/3, man. That they were rebellious. They didn't want to listen to the word of the Lord or believe in Yahushua, Yahweh Bahasham Yahushua, man. So the Lord's gonna cause them to get that missile, to eat a missile.
And the world shall be turned into the old silence 7 days, like as in the former judgments, so that no man shall remain. And after 7 days the world, that yet awaketh not, shall be raised up, and that shall die that is corrupt. And the earth shall restore those that are asleep in her, and so shall the dust those that dwell in silence, and the secret places shall deliver those souls that...
Right, when Yahushua, after Yahushua gave up the spirit, there was a great earthquake, and it said that the dead arose. The dead arose, man, and they went to visit their family members and started and lived out the duration of their lives until they have to go back into the spiritual world again. Ain't that something? That's all prophecy, man.
And the earth shall restore those that are asleep in her, and so shall the dust those that dwell in silence, and the secret places shall deliver those souls that were committed unto them. And the Most High shall appear upon the seat of judgment, and misery shall pass away, and the long suffering shall have an end. But judgment only shall remain. Right,
it says, and the Most High shall appear upon the seat of judgment, right? Because after he was crucified, that's exactly what happened. You know, he sat down on the right hand of the Most High, and the Most High gave him all power here on earth. All right, and that's where he's at until the time come, which it's approaching. To the time come that the Lord gives the okay, that Yahweh gives the okay for him to come down here and to reclaim what's his, man. The whole entire earth, take over the nations. Right, and to have his elect ruling with him forever, an everlasting kingdom, man. And the saints of the Most High shall take the kingdom. It says, and the Most High shall appear upon the seat of judgment, and misery shall pass away, and the long suffering shall have an end. And that's talking about the curses that came upon us, man, that came upon Israel. It's going to be done away with. You know, it's going to be everlasting joy and happiness, man, and peace.
But judgment only shall remain, truth shall stand, and faith shall wax strong, and the work shall follow, and the reward.
It says, but judgment only shall remain, truth shall stand, and faith shall wax strong. You know, the faith of the saints is waxing strong now. In the word of Yahweh, in the true word of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man, in His true and holy name, it's waxing strong, man. The gospel had done spread throughout the whole entire globe. And Yahushua told His disciples that when this gospel shall be preached throughout the whole entire world in the sense of the whole earth, the whole world, oikumene, right? That the end, then shall the end come. So we're very close to that time, you know.
And the work shall follow, and the reward shall be shewed, and the good deeds shall be of force, and wicked deeds shall bear no rule. Then said I, Abraham prayed first.
It says, and the work shall follow, and the reward shall be showed, and the good deeds shall be of force, and wicked deeds shall bear no rule. That's the kingdom. See, after the elect done did the work, right? Went out, preached the word, you know. They were instant, in season, out of season, you know, non-stop, faithful, teaching, right? Doing the thing that is good, that we're supposed to do. It says then the reward that Yahushua has for His elect shall be showed, and the good deeds shall be of force, and wicked deeds shall bear no rule. In the kingdom, wicked deeds will bear no rule, man. You know, Satan will be put down. Satan will be sicked on the other nations. You know, that's what's gonna happen there.
Then said I, Abraham prayed first for the Sodomites, and Moses for the fathers that sinned in the wilderness, and Jesus after him for it.
Right, what that means is, it says, then Abraham prayed for, it says, then said I, Abraham prayed first for the Sodomites. That was talking about Lot. You know, he didn't pray for the wicked, you know, in Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, and that doesn't mean that he was praying for alternative lifestyle people neither, man. All right, that's talking about that was talking about when Lot was captured. You know, no, I'm sorry. That's talking about when Lot went his way with all his servants and with all his household and with everything he had and all his cattle, and he went down to Sodom and Gomorrah, and Abraham went the other way because they had so much cattle, so much, their houses was too big for all of them to dwell together, you know. So Abraham said, you choose where you want to go and I will go the other way, and Lot chose that way. So when the angels, when the Most High came to Abraham and said that He was going to destroy that place, Abraham was praying, you know, for the righteous, you know. I believe he started at 50, you know, and it went down. Don't quote me on that, but I believe he started at 50, and he was just pleading to the Most High, oh Lord, please for the righteous, if there be 50. Then it really only came down to one, and that was Lot.
And Jesus after him for Israel in the time of Achan, and Samuel and David for the destruction, and Saul.
When it says Jesus, they're talking about Joshua.
And Samuel and David for the destruction, and Solomon for them that should come to the sanctuary, and Halias for those that received rain, and for the dead, that he might live, and Ezechias for the people in the time of Sennacherib, and many for many. Even so now, seeing corruption is grown up, and wickedness increased, and the righteous have prayed for the ungodly, wherefore shall it not be so now also? He answered me, and said, This present life is not the end where much glory doth abide, therefore have they prayed for the weak. but the day of doom shall be the end of this time, and the beginning of the immortality for to come, wherein corruption is past, intemperance is at an end.
So verse 43, it says, but I'm going to end it here, this part here. It says, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time. Right. And what doom is that? What day of doom is it speaking about? It's speaking about that great fire to come, you know? So this is real. This is the day of doom, man. Damn. That's going to come upon Babylon the Great, which is America, and certain parts of the other world. And the current world that you know will be done away with, you know? This wicked society. And when I say this wicked society, I'm talking about this global society, this global scheme of things, you know, this one world order society, man, will be done away with because it's based upon Satan, you know, and the worship of Satan and total wickedness, you know. So yeah, so with that, we're gonna end it there. Next part, we're gonna pick up 2nd Esdras, the 7th chapter and the 44th verse. Shalom.